A man pulled unresponsive from the surf.
No pulse, no breathing.
24. No signs of life.
His eyes are moving.
He's not conscious. It was pretty much one of the most dangerous days I've seen at Bondi in probably over 10 years.
Troy, straight in front, buddy. Quick, fast as you can.
There was a gentleman floating across the bank, head down. I was waiting for him to put his head up and take a breath of air and do some movement. And then he didn't move.
Sends off to Noah.
Yeah.
I need you back here, buddy, straight in front of the tower.
By the time Noah arrives, Troy has already joined the rescue.
When I got there, a member of the public's taken our lifeguard board out.
On the board. 1, 2, 3.
And was trying to put him onto the board so they could carry him back to shore.
Okay, everyone on the side. Grab this one, just lift him.
He's foaming from the mouth.
Gotta lift it, the fin's gonna hit.
And I could see no signs of life.
Stay fib. No, stay fib.
It's pretty much the last person to get a handle on the board and help carry him in.
Keep going.
Casey's role is to set up the defibrillator, but he can't leave the tower unattended.
Jack, can you take down?
In that situation, we were lucky we had Jack, who could take over the tower.
Off-duty Jack is suddenly in the hot seat.
Jack, oh yeah,
Yeah. To be just thrown into the tower, it was, 0 to 100 for me.
ambulance, please. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
When a major incident happens, you kind of know your role straight from the start. So while we're out in the water, Casey's getting all the defib and oxygen ready.
A defibrillator monitors the heart and, if needed, delivers a powerful electric shock to get it back into normal rhythm.
Go right up, we're gonna get going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
He was probably around about 160 to 180 kilos.
Gotta get out of the water.
Seeing it was low tide and he's been washed onto that shallow bank, it was a lot easier for us to get back in.
Keep going.
Otherwise, I don't know how we would have got him back in.
I got him. Now, put it down, put it down, put it down. Put him down, put him down. Okay, down.
Every second is critical.
Okay, he's breathing.
So we've rolled him onto his side.
No, he's not.
We've drained the fluids out.
Okay, now rolling back. Rolling back. Help me rolling back. Check this box.
A bystander says he's a medical professional and tries to take control of the situation.
I do. I'm a lifeguard, that's all right. Let me go back. Okay, you can do it. Yeah.
Troy is having none of it.
You have something.
We can't be sure that this person is a doctor.
Is oxygen on?
So what we do is trust the training that we've been put through.
23, 24, 25.
And we also know that we can work well as a team to bring this person back to life.
Casey dries the patient's body so Noah can attach the defibrillator pads.
We'll do 2 minutes of CPR and then we're going to...
My role was to look after the head, make sure the airways were open.
Don't worry about the oxygen chest.
You've got a big patient, it can be quite difficult. You've got to use a lot of your strength. And I would have broken 1 or 2 ribs just to get the oxygen pumping around, to try to kickstart the brain and the heart.
Okay, if the defib's about to do the analyse, I'll just keep going for that. Don't worry about the oxygen until after this. I think you need to stand clear in a second. Hands off. Hands off. Okay. Hands off. Go.
They can't touch the patient in case the defib delivers its strong electric shock.
No shock advised. It is safe. Touch the feet.
Okay, straight in again.
If needed, begin CPR.
Check the cabling for me. No.
You for 1 minute 30
Hands
seconds.
on full.
With Troy, Casey and Noah all on the resus, there's only one other lifeguard for the whole beach.
It was super dangerous, lots of rips running. Will was 200 metres away. We could have another 5 people drowning at once.
At that moment, Will has got problems of his own at North Bondi.
Hey, guys! Help me! Hey! Help! Hey, let go of the forward! I'm here.
There's people in dangerous spots. Everybody's focused on the resus. I made the call.
I might hit the shark alarm here. All 4 of them are on this resus. I've got no one else for the beach.
Yeah, copy.
There are rare occasions where we can use a shark alarm for something else, such as clearing the water for a mass rescue or a first aid.
On the radio?
Make sure it's dry.
Okay, defib on, Noah.
Troy starts another 2-minute round of CPR.
Don't worry about the radio.
The patient's body spasms.
When you're doing compressions on someone, there's electrical currents trying to pump the blood and oxygen through the body. It can be body spasms.
It's moving.
It can give a false sense that the person is actually conscious and alive.
His eyes are moving.
He's not conscious. In this case, he was definitely still unconscious.
You're right, that's it. Yeah.
Continue.
Before this resuscitation, I've had a pretty big day. I've done numerous amounts of rescues across the beach, and so you're quite exhausted already.
Yeah, one more set and then I'll go. Yeah.
Continue.
It's quite hard on the body to press on someone at that size.
You all right, Troy? Yeah.
Going now?
Yeah, after this.
With KC managing the airways, I figured that it was just going to have to be me to swap over.
It's all right. Everything's all right. We'll get him.
It's been nearly 5 years of working down here, and this is my first resus. There's foam coming out of his mouth, no pulse, no breathing. It's pretty intense.
Continue.
It's Noah's turn to step up.
The time's come.
Okay, you're gonna have to take over. Yeah. Ready?
Continue.
It's his first resus.
The defib puts out a metronome. You just follow that beat for the compression.
Listen to the defib.
But the background noise and the adrenaline and the chaos of it all, I just couldn't hear it. So I just had the song by the Bee Gees, Staying Alive, in my head.
Okay, one sec.
It's perfectly in time, which is really ironic.
Stop. Repeat.
Okay, guys, so stand by.
Stop.
Clear. Stay clear.
Do not touch the patient. Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient.
Finally, a sign that their desperate efforts aren't in vain.
Analyzing.
I could just start seeing a little bit of a rise and fall in his stomach.
Are you getting a pulse? Yeah, I've got a pulse. Okay, let's roll in and just roll in for a second. Ready?
We've rolled him onto his side into the recovery position, and the whole crowd starts clapping.
Fine.
Just shows that there is a lot more awareness out in the public. They knew he was conscious. They knew we've got him back to life.
Continue. Continue.
Are you right there, buddy? Open your eyes for me. Open your eyes. Keep your eyes open, okay? I want you to stay awake from me. Stay awake.
The patient from Sydney is thought to have suffered a medical episode in the surf. He's since made a full recovery.
Everyone back in position.
Tommy's on the warpath when two children are left alone
Where's your mum and dad? They just left the kids.
in a danger zone.
Nearly drowned. Yeah, I'm going.
Mid-afternoon, he sees a parent's worst nightmare. Two children way out of their depth.
I could just see a clubby going to someone. From the beach, all I could see was floaties. One of the floaties I was looking at, I could just see the hat, so I couldn't even see the head. I went straight out. There was a clubby there with the kids. I don't know how old the kids were, maybe 4, maybe 6. But it's just not where kids should be. It's real deep water and it just runs out so quick. Those little things, they aren't going to save anyone. All they're going to do in those things is float them out through the river.
The children are oblivious to the danger they were in. Their parents are nowhere to be seen.
Where's your mum and dad? What are these kids doing there? Who's responsible? Are you with them? Stay in the flags. Yeah, stay in the flag. I went around looking with the kids for the parents and just couldn't find anyone. Where's your mum and dad? I can't leave my post. I knew where the parents were. They were up the hill, but they weren't anywhere near the water.
The parents, more than 200 metres from where their kids were swimming.
They just left the kids. Just let the kids go. Nearly drowned. I can't go up, mate, but I get fired up because I've got 4 kids, and when they're near the water, it's really important to know every second that where they are. And these guys, they're not even anywhere near the beach. They're not even on the beach. They're up near the trees. We're not babysitters down here. So if I had got there any later, good chance I'd drown.
The young boy starts to panic. Mitch is about to face the biggest challenge of his brief career.
I just happened to have looked towards the rip and I saw a couple of heads start drifting off the bank. The father holding up his son with one hand, his head was submerged and he was waving with his other hand. So he was underwater that whole time I paddled out. His head never broke the surface. The dad only had seconds.
Max, get your breath back. All right.
I just tried to comfort them, relax them.
The patients don't have the strength to climb on the board, and they're drifting further from shore.
And in that south end, the rip pulls quite hard out to sea. And we did just start to go further and further out.
Come on, everyone.
As waves continue to swamp them, the young boy starts to panic.
The kid was terrified. He was so young, especially with the waves coming over as well. It would have been a lot to deal with.
Essentially, it was ski down the south corner.
On my way, copy.
If the terrified boy can just hold on, more help is on the way.
Mario came down and then the clubby ski was on duty as well. The father got on the clubby ski and the son on the ski with Mario, and that was handy. That saved the day.
Each wave, pulled me down, Every time I tried to come up, it was pulling down, down, down. Oh, great job, I owe entire my life for that, guys.
No, I'm there. I had no other option except to bail.
Tragedy can strike in a heartbeat. Chapo spots 3 children struggling in the powerful rip.
Hey, kids. Hey. Are you all right?
I don't know how old these kids were. They could have been 7, 8, and 9. All non-swimmers. They fall into a howling rip, and I'm on the jet ski.
I want you to grab onto this. There's 3 or 4 in the water at Bucky's. Grab on.
Normally, you just flick the mat so they can climb up on the jet ski, but they're holding their sister up to me, so I put it in between my legs, which is just out of the ordinary.
Sit in. Grab on. Yeah, grab on.
The other 2 kids were under the mat.
Where is she?
They're drowning underneath the mat.
Chapo has to make a split-second decision.
Oh, Chapo's off.
I had no other option except to bail.
The child now sits alone on a machine weighing 200 kilograms.
I've never done that before in my life. I was just thinking, if this little girl falls off, then she could drown.
No, I'm there. I've got everyone.
The engine's still going, so it idles and can take off away from you. So I've got to get him on the mat quickly.
Hold it, please. Hold it. Come on, everyone up. Hold it. Right, straight in, on the mat.
Climb over the kids, back onto the jet ski, and get them to shore safely.
Wow, that was gnarly.
It was the only rescue in a long time that I've actually thought turns to shit and one of them dies. That's basically as close as I've ever had that happen to me, I reckon.
It's going too hard for us to rescue everybody. Parents with kids, you should be looking after them. Look, here, Hoppo.
Moments later, Hoppo's fears are realised two young girls are swept off a sandbank.
A radio chap had to come in to pick them up, and when he came in, they physically couldn't pull themselves up on the sled.
Exact same thing happened. Both went under. I didn't hesitate. Bang, straight in the water, let the jet ski go.
Hoppo, jumping off the ski.
This time, the unmanned jet ski is in the shore break and heading straight for swimmers.
The jet ski's on its own now, just floating around in the rip and hoping it doesn't end up on the sandbank where it could potentially hit someone. But I need to paddle past and help Chapo put them on the rescue board to bring them back to shore.
At that time, I didn't care what was going to happen to the jet ski. It wasn't in the flagged area. I had to rescue these two kids.
Got it on the picture bank, Dad. Hold on. Hey, then, I'll get the skis. You get the ski, I'm right. Ski's all right, ski's all right. I'm right. Hang on.
Funnily enough, because the rip was so strong, jet skis didn't wash in, just stayed there.
Hang on.
For a driver to jump off the jet ski and grab someone is very, very rare. I mean, I've only seen it not even a handful of times in my whole lifeguard career, and to happen twice in one day is just unbelievable.
The girls are finally safe, but still distressed.
Stand up.
I know where my friend is.
Yeah, where?
So originally they said that the mother was up north, and I thought it's a long way to go.
So you're on your own over there? That's a long way from where you were swimming, though. Did you walk all the way down there? Huh?
So the issue I have now is I'm stuck with these two little girls trying to find the mother, so it's eyes off the water. The time there looking for parents, it could cost someone else's life.
They nearly were going under and then can't find the parents anywhere. Well, they're only young kids.
Further south, Chapo spots a woman frantically searching the surf.
Hey, what do your kids look like? Two girls?
As she was freaking out, saying, I've lost my kids, I've lost my kids.
No, they're all right, they're okay, hey, sweetheart. Hey, I've just rescued them, they're safe. They're okay, hey. Go and see the lifeguards on the beach, just here. Hey, Hop, where are those two girls that just got rescued? I think her mum's here. I've got them here with me. We just rescued them. Just got them, they're nearly under. You've got to take note of them.
Both her daughters could have been dead. You start getting a bit frustrated and angry because it would have been then they'd blame us for not saving the kids. But it's the parents' responsibility to be looking after their own kids.
One lifeguard with one board versus three panicking patients.
Come here.
I had little buggy. And you might just been south for us. Just look like a few guys got caught out right in the corner, deep south, mate.
Probably.
A group of teenagers is struggling in the most dangerous section of surf.
The south corner, it's the worst place you could go swimming in Bondi. Lots of water is moving around the area. Things can turn quickly, blink of your eye.
Yeah, I'm going in.
They were right into the strongest rip. They were trying to come back straight to the beach and swimming against the current, which wasn't bringing them anywhere.
Mario is battling against the odds.
I was on my own. I could not take three altogether.
Come here.
It's a moment where you think who else can come and help, or I have to manage it by myself.
I was off that day. Mario probably went into the rescue, hoping they were going to send another buggy. But at the time, the buggy was quite a way away, so it was my duty to give Mario a hand.
Luckily, there's a spare rescue board stationed nearby.
In the morning, we set up the beach and we'll set up stations of boards. If there is a rescue situation, there's a second board. Mario was a bit caught off guard when he saw me pop up because he knew that I wasn't working on the day.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, there I was backing him up. So that's what mates are for, I guess.
A boy in trouble, hundreds of metres from shore.
Autistic, non-verbal, reason for concern, especially how far he is out the back. I was in the buggy up north and I was approached by a mother that was pretty concerned about her son.
My big kid can swim, but he has autism disorder, so I think he doesn't know how far he came.
They find out that a teenage boy doesn't speak English, autistic, non-verbal. That's reason for concern, especially looking at how far he is out the back.
The child was told he could swim to the red buoy, but he's gone way past it.
And he's swimming out further.
And is now 200 metres from shore.
We've been watching him on the shore, we've been watching him from the tower. Mum really was quite concerned, and so we'd head out there, and all I had at that stage was his name.
You won. You won.
If he continued to swim out, he might start to panic and stress out.
You won.
Which definitely makes the situation more serious.
You won. You won. Hello. You won. Yeah, you won. On you get. Very good. Good. Lie down.
So when I got out the back, I actually noticed that he was totally oblivious to Mum and how she was feeling on the shore. He was having the time of his life out the back.
Your chest down here. Yes. Oh, very good. Very good.
Oh my gosh, he saved him.
Youngwan is finally safe, so Mitch decides to make his day.
We started to make our way back in, and there were some really, really fun waves that day, and we were lucky enough to snag one on the way in.
Oh.
It's the wave of my summer. I didn't nosedive, he didn't fall off. It's tick, tick, tick.
It's his first time to surf.
How good. No, you won.
Thank you so much.
It's a good outcome. He had a great swim. He was on his way to New Zealand, but we managed to get him back in again.
There's a guy just sort of face down in the water, still sort of flapping his arms. It was really bizarre, and he was sort of signalling for help, but he just wouldn't pull his head out of the water.
Hey, put your head up. Hey.
People that aren't familiar with the beach, when they get themselves in trouble, do strange things. I would have said at any moment he would have started sinking.
I haven't had many situations where the patient looks like they're not going to make it.
Go, grab him.
Jack heads out on the board to back up.
Out.
I've pulled up next to him on the jet ski and gotten just where I can reach him and grabbed him by his hair and pulled him up to the side of the ski. To my surprise, he was conscious.
Just breathe. You're okay.
Kind of tried to reassure him a little bit.
You're okay. Coming.
Just due to the nature of it and the way that he was behaving, made the decision for me to pass him on to Jack on the rescue board.
I'm going to give him to you. Yep.
It's a bit easier to manage a patient when they're a little bit limp on a board rather than one person on a jet ski. Yeah, as I passed the patient on to Jack,
Straight in, Jack.
I've looked up and seen a set wave coming straight at us. Luckily, I've had time to let go of the patient and hit the trigger and gas over the wave on the jet ski. But Jack didn't have that luxury. He had no motor and a patient that was essentially dead weight.
Oh, no! Oh, Jack. Oh. Okay, there you go. On.
We did a good job to regather him because it was dead weight in the impact zone of the surf.
Next to me, yep.
You can't plan for everything. The aim of the game is to keep people safe. In this instance, it was get a drowning man back to shore alive, and Jack did the job.
You're good. You're okay. Out. You're done here, no more swimming. Not here.
I was swimming on the other side, it was all right, but here it was like the waves are too big and yeah, I couldn't control myself. It is nice to feel like you've made a difference. And those sort of days you really do it. I mean, if we weren't there, that guy probably would have died.
Quick, quick, quick.
A freak wave mid-rescue.
Get in.
A child is washed away.
Whilst driving down the beach with the trailer on, we noticed 5 people out in the rib.
There's a child among them, wearing inflatable water wings, a sign he probably can't swim.
You boys are smoking here, right?
Oh my God.
Your senses just go crazy when you're in a situation of multiple people drowning around you.
Hey, North, can you...
Back, please.
Yeah, we're on our way. I could just see this kid in floaties out there, and he had a whole heap of other people with him in distress. And I knew there was a massive urgency for us to get out there.
Noah has to make a quick decision.
The guy further out, he's really not in a good state. He was just going straight out the back. You need to go into who needs help the most. The kid, he was kind of getting helped out by 2 other people. They were all in a bit of trouble, but knowing that Harris is behind me, he was all right for the time being.
Okay, that guy.
With the guy further out, he was struggling. He'd obviously had no real idea what he was doing and the dangerous situation that he was in.
Harries makes a beeline for the boy.
Put the kid on.
Who's being held up by 2 other swimmers, also battling to stay afloat.
They're real heroes. They've gone out to try and help this little boy, and they've got themselves in strife as well. But my first priority is to save that little boy. He's got floats on. There's a big chance that he can't swim at all.
Harries has the boy on his board, while Noah floats his patient to a sandbank. Then, out of nowhere, a freak wave.
Oh! Waves hit me, then the board turns upside down and one of the floats flew off.
Grab him.
Reaching for this child.
Quick. Grab him. Get in. Grab him.
I've got to grab the kid, I've got to grab the board, and it's like everyone's just trying to reach out for this kid.
Harries hauls the boy back onto the board. He's finally safe. But the man Noah rescued is in trouble again. The same wave, sweeping him off the safety of a sandbank and back into the rip.
It's all kicking off again. It's like we've just hit the restart button and we're back to square one.
Jackson's just gone out now as well.
In the nick of time, backup arrives.
Those would have been sitting on the side of that bank, and that would be so much water just pulled them straight off there.
Out of nowhere, Jackson shows up. The patient's now holding onto Jackson's board and
Get on the board.
he's too tired to climb onto himself.
Get on the board, you can't swim.
Jumped off my board to try and lift up the guy's legs onto Jackson's board, but he's got no strength, he's buggered. His legs are also slippery as hell. It's like he's just jumped into a pool of baby oil beforehand.
At the same time, Harries paddles the boy to shore.
You don't know what those waves are going to do, and you can come off at any time.
Jump off. Jump.
I was just exhausted.
But the 2 swimmers who kept him afloat for so long are still battling to make it in.
These 2 heroes that have tried their best to save this young boy's life are still stuck out in the water, so I had to go out and bring them in also.
Jump on. Yeah, that's it. What about those waves?
You know, it reminds me of like a boxing match. You've got that last round and literally your arms are so tired you can barely hold them up.
Good, lucky you guys were there to hold him up. I know you guys are in trouble too, but... Thanks, boys. You all right? Please don't swim over here today.
Wow. That was a good one.
It is really, really dangerous. You see what just happened?
Don't see many of those too often, eh?
The family is on holiday from China. Their first time at Bondi, unforgettable.
Far out. When you got kids, and I seen him out there, and I'm going as flat out, I'm going as hard as I can to save his life. You know, like, I'm looking at him and I was looking at my own son. It's quite hard. The gentleman took everything he had to save my brother. We're very grateful for his thing. All right, have a good afternoon. Have a good afternoon, sir. You too, man. I've actually got blue bottle on my face from the kid from rescuing him. Kids are just VIPs. You got to do everything you can to save a child, and that kid's going to remember that for the rest of his life.